Yeah, you're right, guys. It's Denver from the DNB archive. I've got a little different video today. We're covering like boo rollers and stuff. And I'm using my new track Awake, which is on all platforms. It's been out for around a month now, and you might have heard it. It's with Young Jakey. It's a banging tune, if I must say so myself, and it's doing pretty well. It is doing pretty well. Let me play it for you just in case.
I'm taking psychedelics, researching ancient relics. We take hallucinogenic. I'm taking psychedelics, researching ancient relics. We take hallucinogenics. Am I dreaming reality? My phone's on DNB when I be smoking DMT. I seek the answers and they come to me. Seeing different dimensional entities. You can call me crazy, but you close your mind's ancient remedies.
But yeah, that's enough of the drop. Let's go and break it down. Just before we get into the video, I would like to introduce you guys to the DNB Archive Volume 1 sample pack. This pack includes 111 high quality presets and samples, some of which are used in previous videos. There is currently 10% off at the dnbarchive.co.uk, so check it out. Cheers, enjoy the video. So first of all, I'm starting on the ambiences that I've got here. And they're very simple. It's almost just a cheat code. This is a resampled ambience from my kit, the archive, volume 2. This is just an ambience from a Cymatics kit. They both swoop in. Obviously you can do that because it's the intro. I have down here this like little vocal texture, but it's not tremoloed on this. It's not supposed to be anyway. So I've used Shaperbox, as you can hear, and it only tremolos later on here. And I've used Shaperbox for this, the little volume automation like this. Gives a really cool trippy effect. I probably would have used it more in the track looking back at it now, but I mean it sounds good regardless. And some little vinyl textures. Yeah, that's the very simple. That's all the ambience in the beginning of the song. Moving on, we have this, which is just an arcade patch. I do have the legitimate arcade, but I do need to log in by the looks of it. Yeah, just those two little things, and a foghorn, little foghorn things at the back to give it a really eerie, dark effect. That's paired with the sub drop, and it works really well together. Yep, I've added this little high end, which I actually cannot hear right now, and this drone, which just sounds really cool. There's just a pitched up variation of that foghorn. Then we go into the build up.
I'm taking psychedelics, researching it.
This downshift has a really big impact. Just cuts straight in there. I have this little blip from some melodicness, and the hats start to come in, and the drum starts to come in. I'll show you those later on in the drop. I have these toms as well, which add a lot. They've got the exported version of the foghorn, which I'll show you later. I have just some EQ on it, some reverb, and some stereo shaping to put it in the background.
I'm taking psychedelics, researching ancient relics. We take hallucinogenic.
Obviously, we have the amazing vocals from Young Jakey. I'll actually go into how I've mixed those when we reach the drop.
I'm taking psychedelics, researching ancient relics. We take hallucinogenic.
Got some simple rises coming in.
I'm taking psychedelics, researching
Simple respace. I'm pretty sure this is the preset I use in every single liquid tutorial. Pretty sure it's out on preset share. That's where I got it from, but if not, you can recreate it. It's just a standard Reese thing, but it's got a mellow and stable and mini instead of two saw waves. Then they've got an FM from B on here as well, which modulates. And here we've got some hyper dimension to give it a bit of room. Some X shaper, as you can see, gives it a lot. It's like a standard respace till you put this on here and it just gives you that much crunch. Some EQ just to bring up the highs. Delay, which to be honest doesn't really need. Compression brings up the gain a bit. Some phaser. That's pretty much it for that patch.
Am I dreaming reality?
So I'll break these bits down now. Also, this FLP will be available down in the description for £8. Yeah, it can help with your productions a lot, using FLPs and kind of seeing how other producers craft their own stuff with presets as well. You'll get in there all the drum sounds used and all the ambiences and all of that. But yeah, go check it on the description. Thanks for watching, guys. This first little hit is my favourite part of the track. Yeah, it just has so much impact. This is in the archive sample pack 2, by the way, which is why it's called that. It's not a preset. I just saved it and put it in there just so you guys can see how it's broken down when the pack comes out soon. Basically, all it is it's using this resonance here. So this LFO modulates this. Oh my gosh. Here, so it bounces up like. Then I've got FM from B's also modulated. It's just a usual sine wave and then a subby saw. So that FM from B without it. You know what I mean? Gosh, let me hopefully get that back. This is bent a little bit. The fine tune's at 29 and this fine tune's at -12, which is a bit weird. But I honestly just played around until it sounded good. We managed to reach that. Unison's at 4 on this to give it some like texture. Semitone +7 on this one as well, and -2. This one's on -3. Obviously modulates the volume of both of these wavetables. This one's significantly quieter though. This cutoff is really significant. The cutoff has to be perfect. If I move it slightly out of line, completely different. And we've got it at 334. That's what gives that effect. That has to be exact, or it doesn't work. Or it does, but you can mess around and have some cool sounds. Sub is also automated. As effects, we haven't really got much. Some hyper, some asymmetric distortion. Without it, do you know what I mean? Adds a lot. And some compression, which actually isn't even turned on. So 2 effects. Yeah. For the drums, I'm doing this in a bit of a weird order. I'll break those down. Come here. Basically, the kick is just one noisier kick. And this little snap, which is layered with this little tight snare. I'm pretty sure it's a liquid snare, but just gives it a bit more energy. This hat's slightly off grid as well. Gives it a lot of bounce. Pro R on it, so it gives it some room reverb. Sounds nice. Snare, just not really doing much. I have a little imager on it though. And I'm making the snare extra wide so it doesn't get in the way of the fat sub. Another Pro R on that. Kick, nothing really. The drum bus, all I have is a clip. No compression or anything. Yeah, that's it. I'll break down the main foghorn now. It's really not that complicated. Foghorns are probably some of the easiest sounds to make in Serum. I have a ton of them in my Archive Volume 1 preset pack. You can go and see how I make a few more of these, but like variations, it's so easy. I'll show you now. This is the sound. Hold on a sec. Do it for here. That's the sub sound without a sub bass or anything. So let me mute this. Okay, so we've got a very broken sine wave here. Gosh, sorry, that is really loud. Again, all we're doing is really modulating the resonance. Without it, nothing. Like, it's nowhere near. It's like, and it basically, this cutoff just swoops in. I'm gonna turn this down for a second. This cutoff is modulated with this LFO here, and it swoops up to the left, creating that kind of effect. This LFO, which plays without, just modulates the sync in this to change the sound up a bit. FM from W is not modulated, but it's like that, and it's +7, and this sine wave is -2. I think I edited it. I can't quite remember, to be honest with you. I have no idea why it looks like this, so I'm assuming I've messed around with bits here. You can copy that if you want. But yeah, it's really nothing complicated. Some white noise again, some sub, some hyper, some tube distortion this time, some flanger. All these mixes are at the lowest anyway, and some EQs bring out the highs. And basically what I've done is just modulated the pitch bend on it. If you don't know how to do that, go to here, move this around a bit, then right click on this and press create automation clip, and that's what I did. And that's why it's going up. It's just pitched up in Serum, and this reverb also follows that. That is paired with another layer, which is pretty much the same thing, but really reverbed. Just kind of gives it some texture, some delay, some Pro R, and some kind of all the lows basically. Just sits in the back. It sounds quite cool. And then the sub, which is just a normal regular sub, not even changed or anything. A sine shaper to give it some like distortion kind of stuff, and I've kind of boosted the lows, which is a bit unheard of, but you know, we've done it anyway. And that follows the same pitch bend. That is pretty much what the song consists of. I can show you my last variation of that, which is that bass there. I've just done some weird stuff. So basically, I have another patch here. This is just modulating the resonance and the speed it goes off. Comes off and on, which gives it that pumping effect. And that's also modulating the volume and the FM from B, which basically makes the whole thing go kind of that kind of thing. It's an awful way of describing that. And then that also goes back into the normal foghorn, which is fine. Now,
Been breaking through different dimensions inside of my mind.
yeah.
Gathering.
Lastly, I'll go over the vocals quickly, because some people have said how clean they are, and that is partly down to Young Jakey, obviously, because it's a perfect recording from the start. but
my phone's on DNB when I be.
we'll have a look.
My phone's on DNB when I be smoking DMT. I seek the answers and they come to me.
And I have really done very little there. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole track. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this track in general, to be fair. Go and give it a listen if you haven't already. It's called Awake by me and Young Jakey. But yeah, anyway, I hope this was useful to you. I'll play it out and I'll catch you next time.
I'm taking psychedelics, researching ancient relics. We take hallucinogenics. I'm taking psychedelics, researching ancient relics. We take hallucinogenics.
Am I dreaming reality?